Hey guys, very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the video number 418, and in this video number 418 today I'm actually going to take up one of the questions from my subscriber, how to send the email, Outlook email using the Excel VBA, but there are two criteria. One is that the subject which we are looking forward to, in that email, that should be there, and the second thing is that the date range has to be there. Alright, so welcome to the channel. This is my channel, youtube.com/c/Ajay Kumar Parmar, and you will find here 418 videos on Excel, Excel VBA, MS Access and Access VBA. If you are watching the channel for the first time or maybe just recently associated with my channel, then guys, you need to go to the playlist, and there you will find here 45 different playlists, which actually, as I said, that covers all these four subjects: Excel, Excel VBA, Access and Access VBA. Right now, this Outlook series is not a new thing for us. Yesterday also actually I uploaded a video on the Outlook, but still, if you are watching the video for the first time or you don't have any clue about it what I'm talking, then you can scroll it down here and you would find here a playlist called Excel VBA Connecting Outlook with Excel. Let me just show you. So there are actually a lot of playlists here. You can see that under every playlist there are videos, like for the Excel VBA loops. If you are a beginner, you want to learn the loops, you can go and check out these 26 videos, which is like the combination of basic videos and advanced videos, right? So I am just trying to find it out. Where is it, that connecting Outlook? Just give me a second. There we go. Connecting Access with Excel, connecting Outlook with Excel. It would be somewhere here, but anyways, I mean, you just search here in this playlist, and that's how you get to see. When you click on that, this is basically the playlist. This is another page of my YouTube channel. Thankfully it is also open, so I can show you from here. Excel VBA Connecting Outlook from Excel, right? So we got 34 videos here, right? 34 videos, and if you scroll it down, this is all the videos are related to actually the Outlook, right? So this is also the question which I'm going to talk about this. Let me first of all go to my email, and Mr. Krishna actually had written this email on 10th of May, and I know actually I'm very late, and it's just that from the last 2 weeks I was not uploading any video because of I was actually a little occupied, and my laptop wasn't also good, wasn't in the good condition. The mic was not working, guys, so I do apologize, but I'm going to cover up all these questions, emails. And one request again, when you write me any email, try please write that on the YouTube channel as well, right? Please put your questions there as well, so that everybody can see, and in case if there is an attachment, you can separately send out the attachment to me. Right now, one more thing I wanted to actually talk about is I was getting some emails that some of you, when they get their answers resolved on this channel, they were very highly obliged, and they wanted to acknowledge this fact, and there were a couple of people who also wanted to know that if I'm doing this kind of a job, I'm assisting you guys, then what in return I get from YouTube, right? So guys, basically, and a couple of you have asked me that if they want to start their own channel, YouTube channel, how they can do that. Suppose now I received a couple of people who were actually talking about that they know C# very well, and they work on the Java all the time, and if they want to start the YouTube channel, what it takes to start the YouTube channel, and how the the revenue is going to come. So basically what happens, I'll tell you, I will explain this in my coming video as well in detail, and I'll come in front of you, but the point is, for now, let me tell you. Basically, when you start the channel, you should have a one account, right? So that account is linked with the YouTube. That's called the AdSense account, right? But anyways, I'm just going to give you the idea. Yes, from the YouTube you earn the money, but provided you should have a lot of subscribers. It's not one day game, it's not a 1 month game. Remember that I have been running this channel from the last 2.5 years, and it takes a lot of time, lot of really efforts, because you have to when you make any video, you need to ensure that that video should benefit your subscriber. After all, they are going to watch your videos for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, maybe 1 hour, right? They should not feel that their time is wasted, and if they feel that, they are never going to come back. So your stuff, the quality, the content, whatever you're doing, you are a singer, you are a Excel oriented person who want to start the channel, and or maybe any other language, maybe you want to go for the web designing, or maybe you want to go and teach people about the fitness, so if in fact on any channel, if you go to the if you go to the YouTube, you will find that people actually talk about the cooking, people talk about the martial arts, people talk about the singing, the guitar lessons, so you will find everything there. But not everybody succeeds, right? That depends upon your videos, the quality, and also one of the very important reason that how much basically advertisement people watch on your YouTube channel. Yes, you heard me right. It has nothing to do with the clicks. Many people think that if I'm going to have 1,000 clicks, then I'm going to get $1,000 from YouTube. It is not that. I can tell you from my personal experience, guys. The income in the beginning is almost going to be nothing, and for me, if I personally talk about, I'll tell you one thing very honestly. In the first year, I completed 12 months and I was not getting anything. My income was miserable, right? It was like nothing, right? In fact, even in the second year, the situation remained the same. But when I started the channel, I never thought of actually making this a business, right? It was my hobby. It is still my hobby. It is my passion. So that's why I do it. So I think when you work on some task agenda, which you have in your mind, and you love to do it, I think these are all the secondary things. Money follows you, right? That's not the thing. But you got to be very good in your content. People should love listening to you, and they should feel that if I go and watch this video, I'm going to gain something, right? And of course the watch time, the advertisement, those ads which comes before the videos or after the videos, anytime, somewhere, sometime in the middle of the video, many people I know that they skip the ad. So if you're going to skip the ad, then basically what happens, that's not going to help the YouTuber, right? So watching the advertisements as well, and if you're having a really big subscriber base, maybe I would say more than 10,000. In fact, it can go up to 70,000, even 1 million. There are guys, right, who are actually having these many subscribers. So guys, the point is very simple. If people know you and they like your work, they come to your channel. And if you have a lot of subscriber base, any advertiser who is going to put the ad there, they definitely want that the ad should go to your channel, because the more subscriber base you will have, the more chances are there that the ads are going to be viewed by people who are watching your videos, right? So it has nothing to do with the clicks. This is, I'm telling you from my own experience. So that's how, I mean, with all these things, keep you in your mind, and then you can start the channel. But don't think that it's gonna give you, gonna make you rich, or it's gonna give you lot of earning overnight. No guys, it takes a lot of time. You might be lucky if you can crack it out, I would say within 5 or 6 months, then hats off to you. But I think that these things take time, right? So this is how it is all about, and I wish you best of luck. If you want any further help, let me know about it. I will definitely collate all the questions from all of you regarding the starting the YouTube channel, and maybe I can come in front and I can talk about that, right? Because when I started it, I never knew anything. So I really watched other people's videos and googled, and I really spent tireless nights, and then only I was able to actually start the channel, right? Because it is not just the videos. You need to install the good software, you need to spend the the money on your mic, and then you need to make the presentation. You need to first work on your the videos, and then there are a lot of things. That's how it is. It takes time, right? Anyways, let me come back to the original topic. I just got deviated because a couple of emails I received in these 3 months, so I thought, let me just help you out. Let me talk about this, right? How actually YouTubers earn money, and how you can start the channel. So let's come back to the topic. Mr. Soumya Krishna, this is the email. Hello Ajay, hope you're doing well. Thank you for taking off time to read this email. I'm so sorry I got delayed, Mr. Krishna. If you're watching this, please don't be feel bad about it. It's just that I was quite busy actually. So I follow your videos regularly, and which is a great way to learn Excel and VBA. Request your assistance on the below problem. This referred some of your videos, video number 177. I don't remember now what this video was all about, but still I will go ahead and read your question and try to answer. Wanted to extract email from Outlook email inbox to Excel sheet. Alright, it should be based on a specific subject line and specific date. For example, I wanted to download subject which is in between this date, which is in between Raj or Ajay or ABC. Alright, I got that. And the date we should change as per a requirement. Field should be created in Excel from date to date. All those specific subject and the date should be downloaded in Excel by segregated specific field for subject to body CC. And in the body of the table we have some other tags. Alright, so I think then what you are actually saying is, Mr. Krishna, you want to create a subject line which should contain in that email. By the way, this is my Outlook. For example, you want to search the email in the inbox which has a subject contains test. I'm not talking about equals to, I'm talking about the contains. For example, in this subject line, if I say that any email which contains ID's word, the mail should trigger. But then I guess we have a lot of criteria here. For example, so I can write here the date, you can write here the date, and in the date you can write here from, and then you can write here to. So basically from this date to this date you can set up the date here. So that's something we can do. So I can write here, let's say this is the date and this is my date. For example, I just go and maybe I'll copy this date over here. Today is 13th of June, and then I just subtract maybe, let's say, 20 from this. So your question is that if any email which is available, which is in your inbox ranging from 24th of May to 13th of June, it should be captured. But then again, you said that the subject should also matter, so you can write the subject here as well. For example, now what I want to do is I want to find it out, the emails which contains test. So you just write here the test word, right? We will program this in the VBA in a way that this should be not equals to test, but it should be used as a contained text, right? What else we can do? First of all, let me just go and let's give it a color maybe, and then this is another one which is going to be a subject. And I think you're also talking about let me give it a white font, by the way. Okay, what is the next thing you're talking about? The next thing you're talking about is let me read out the email. Okay, which is between this is, and also those specific subjects with the date should be get downloaded. All right, so of course, I mean when you write the subject, so these become specific emails. And I saw that you also want this email on the basis of this, you want to send it to somebody, some specific person. So of course you can write in the the name of the person. For example, you want to send this email to outlook.com, right? That's how, I mean, you can do that. And just in case if you want to change the subject, you can change the subject, and you can also change this person, because we are going to connect this the Excel cells with the Outlook. I'm just directly going to do that right now. I just let me just give it a font of 10. I think that looks much better. Yeah, so guys, yesterday also I uploaded a kind of the same video, but that was more of a, I mean, event when change happens in the cell, then how to trigger the email, especially when you have a different name selected by a user, and that email should go to that person. I mean, the concept is almost I mean same, but the coding it actually involved the events, VBA events. But here there also I actually kind of prepared the a summary report, a drop down. So that's the sort of same thing I'm doing here today as well. So let's go ahead and let's just do this task. And so now we have to link this. You can, I mean, move this anywhere, that's your choice. For example, you can make the format like this as well, date. So you can write here from to, and then in the subject you can write whatever you want to. So that's all up to you how you want to go ahead, right? I'll stick to this particular point only. Now the important thing is, the first thing which you will do is, when you go in the Visual Basic, when you insert the module, please go in the tool and the reference and make sure that your Microsoft Outlook library should be activated, which is this, as you can see here. This is not the by default library, guys. You have to click here on the M and keep on pressing M, and once you get to see the Microsoft Outlook library, just please check mark that, and it should come automatically on the top. Now why we are doing that? Because we want the Excel to communicate. We want Excel to communicate with the Outlook, Outlook library, Outlook classes. So that's why we are actually trying to set up this early binding. This method is called the early binding. When you tell your VB in the beginning that you are going to refer to the Outlook objects, that's how it is, right? Now, because we want to send the we want to search the email in the folder. So how the basically what are all the different classes we are going to use? I'm also going to talk about that. So the first thing which we should understand is that the Outlook is the biggest object. First of all, we will declare the Outlook object. Once you declare the Outlook object, what is the next thing you would do? Now, because we have to deal with the emails, okay, so for that, to deal with the emails, because I have to run the loop, and I will say that for my all the emails which are stored in my inbox folder, please go and check this subject line and the date when they received, right? So basically your code will go on every email one by one. So when you actually want to do work with the emails in the Outlook, be it any folder, be it your subfolder or by default folder, but if you are dealing with the emails, then this is the basically the class which they have given us called the mail item. That's the class you're going to use, guys. Okay, now once you have this class available, you can manipulate the emails, you can transfer them from one folder to another, you can send the new emails, or maybe you can run the loops on the coming emails. What is the next thing we would like to do? Well, the next thing is that you also need to tell your Excel VBA that which folder is that. So because it can be a subfolder, it can be any folder, it can be an inbox folder, it can be a junk folder, it can be a draft folder. That's something you need to decide. So I'm right now going to tell you that how to basically define that. So we have a library called the class called the namespace, right? So using the namespace, we will be able to define our folders, right? So, and in that folder you're going to actually run the loop. So this is your folder. That's it, guys. So these are the 4 classes we are going to target. So let's go ahead. The first thing, and by the way, I think I should actually move them from here. Maybe I can let me just write it here, put them here. So let's go in the Visual Basic window. The first thing which I'm going to write the macro. So I just write here macro to actually move emails, right? So basically, if we are able to find the emails between these date ranges and this subject line, so we need to declare the 2 folders. The first thing which I will do is I will declare my Outlook application as I talked about. So this is how, guys, you write the Outlook application. What is the next thing? Next thing, I want to define my email. So I define one variable omail as Outlook dot mail item, set omail equals to, then we would like to create the item. So that's how you use the create item, and then you're going to use this ol mail item class which I was talking about. Remember this one, right? Now I might be you may observe that I'm going a little fast, but the point is actually that in my all those previous 35 videos I had talked about all these things. So, and in the in very much detail, if you go and find out the videos which I uploaded 1 year back, 2 years back, you find there that I actually discussed all these points in very detail. And in fact today also I talked about these classes for you, right? So just in case if you're not familiar, or I mean if because it takes a little time, after all you're going to connect the Excel with the external application, right? So it takes a time. Why don't you just go ahead and watch all those videos one by one, right? That's all. You will be able to kind of understand the things. Now, so this omail is set up now. Now the next point is that I'm going to define the namespace, because I want to tell that you got to go in the folder which is inbox. So guys, this is how you write ONS as ONS is my own object. You can write whatever you want. So I'm just going to write here namespace, and then set. We need to define this. So this is how you define O get namespace, and then you write here MAIPI, which is for the message application platform interface. Okay, so once you define that, now time for the folder. So what is your original folder? So original folder, I declare this as original underscore FOL and Outlook dot folder, and then you need to write this you need to define your folder equals to, now the namespace which you have defined ONS, you know, that's why we defined, because it actually opens the gate for you to write this get default folder. So which is your default folder? So I'm just going to use my OL folder inbox as a default folder. Now where you want to move that, so there is a destination folder which I want to write as Outlook folder. So that's how you write it. Now set destination folder. So I want to actually move this time this folder to, you know, my subfolder which is dummy. As you can see here, this is the folder dummy, right? And or maybe any other folder which is actually empty. Let's say important. This is in my inbox. You can see here, right? So how to define that? This is again a good learning for you. So how you will write it? You will write that original folder which is your inbox right now. This is how you write fol dot folders, and in the folders you write the name of that. So my name is important. That's how guys you actually write the subfolder. Let me just comment this out. This is the subfolder, and the way this is, you have defined this. This is your basically default folder, you know, which when you install the Outlook, then that's how you get them by default, right? So let me just move them little up. Let's create some space. Now what is the next thing you want to do? Now the next thing is it's simple. You just go and you write the for each loop. For each my email in the folder called inbox, go and check the subject line and the date. How you gonna do that? So what is your email, guys? In this case you defined this email as your object in, then what is the folder? So the folder is original underscore folder dot items. So this is basically a collection loop which you are actually, you know, trying to use here. So this loop will ensure that every time when it goes in the inbox, it should not come out of it until it loops through all the emails. Okay, till the time it do not find all the, or I would say till the time it do not go to the last email, you know, by going to each email one by one, it will not stop. So here once the loop starts, you're going to put the if condition. Now what is my if condition? So if I write here that if the subject line equals to what? Equals to your this cell which is your, this is right F4. So you're gonna write here F4. You can prefix it with the sheet name as well, sheet2 dot range and then F4. That's how you write, right? Dot value. Then do what? Then it has to do something, right? But mind it that this I'm using equals to, so this will look only for the test. It's not going to look for any email which contains test, you know. There is a huge difference. For example, equals to test, if you look at here, only this is the email. But if I say that email which contains the test, then this could be the email, this could be the email, this as well, and then this as well, and this as well, in fact, right? So because my user asked me about the contain, this is how you use the like operator. You have to put the star and within the double quotes and join it with this, the word which you have written in the Excel, and then further you will put this in the end of that. I use this many times, and just in case if you do, so these are called the guys wild characters, right? Now if you do not know anything about the wild characters, there is a playlist on my channel, Excel count and sum family. Under that there is a title of a video called using the count with wild characters, sort of that. Go and watch that, right? Now star means that it can hold any characters. So when you write, when you prefix star before your this test word which is coming from F4, and after this, so basically you are saying that star test star. So star actually test star, how the VBA is going to read this, that before test anything can come and after test again anything can come, which makes it as, you know, contains. That's how it is, right? So if the subject line contains a test, then what is the other thing you want to do? Well, you can put the another if condition. You can again further go and check if the date actually is satisfied or not, you know. So we can write then check the date. So if the email date is going to so how you're going to write this, I think there is a received time. Yeah, that's a received time. So if the received time is greater than what? Greater than your from. So again then you can write here range. Your from is F2, right? So you can write here F2 dot value, okay, and at the same time you use the and, if and, because there are two criteria. So again you write if that time is less than your range G2, right? So if this is how it is, you can write greater than equals to as well, just in case if you want to include the date this from. Well, I think you should include that, because then this makes all the emails which are going to be which you have received between 24th of May and 13 June, they are going to be captured. Now once you have done that, so in this again you will put then condition, then please go and move that email. So you have to move that email. So you write the move, where you want to move. Well, I want to move it to my destination folder. Now what is your destination folder? Your destination folder is your this variable which you have declared. Right now it's a coincidence that you see here the VBA syntax as destination folder. In the script they are writing it, to explain you, and I also kind of defined the same variable, but it's not that thing, right? You can declare this anything, I, J, K, L, whatever you want, right? So I'm just going to define my, I'm just going to put my variable, object variable dest_fol, which is my folder, and you know that this is the important folder, right? So that's how you can create the code. And in case if it is receive time is not greater than and less than this f2 and g2 respectively, you just go and say end f. That's it, don't do anything. Taking care of this, if let's say in the very first line the subject line doesn't hold this, contain the word called test, then this is for the bigger if. So you just write here else and if, don't do anything. So this is how you can actually run this code. Now I want to first of all see that how many emails we have got which contains test and it falls within this range 24th and 13th of let me maximize it, by the way. Okay, so this is the test email. Its date is 15th March. It is not going to be captured. This is the test mail. Again, this is 19th of February. No. This is again not. What about the another one? This is your 23rd of January. No, no, no. This is your, again, I think 10th of January. So guys, I don't think so this code is going to transfer anything here in the important folder, right? But still we would like to run it first. Let us go and test the things. So there we go, we started the macro. Now everything is set up. You can see the original folder is inbox, and this is the destination folder, which is important. So I'm going to run this. Now what is the first subject line? Let's read it. Okay, so it's attachment 2, so this is not going to contain this the word called test, so it goes in the else. Okay, next, what is the next thing? No data, again else. This is a subject, NCR, no. This is data 2, no. Again no. Now what about this? This is my ID's detail, right? Now one thing, if you notice, I'll show you, this is test 1. Now it should go here, right? Because this subject test 1 we want to capture it, but look at this guys, it did not capture. You know the reason? Because if function actually is a case sensitive. Now you defined here as a test, but I think in your this cell you have written this in the capital. So this is also something you need to take care of it, right? Now I understand that any subject line, it can come in a different way, because you cannot stop your sender to to write what exactly they want to write in the their subject line. But you can do one thing, you can put here all the conditions. For example, right now I've said that this is the value which is coming in the uppercase. You can convert this in the lowercase as well, right? So how to do that? Now guys, there are 3 functions which I'm going to use. The one is the upper one. Upper, actually when you write in the Excel upper, this is how you write upper. You select this. Let's say I select anything which is in the small, there's nothing, so I just create it, like for example this is D. When you press enter, this changes to capital D. Similarly, there is a lower. If you just go and use the lower, for example if I choose this becomes test. And similarly the proper is also, which makes the first alphabet capital. That's how it is. So I think we can go and use all these options. So what you need to do is, you simply need to just copy this this complete line, remove the then, right? Or if this is the case, or this is the case, and then this is how you can write it, right? Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the that lowercase. So how you use the lowercase, you have in the VBA, lowercase works L case, it doesn't work LOWER like in Excel, right? But the concept remains same. So I'm just going to close this in this way. So I use this function. Similarly we're going to use the function, I'm not going to use the upper because you make sure that everybody going to use this in the uppercase. You can write the comment here as well, please use uppercase only, right? So that user should use this uppercase only, and you don't have to really go and put the one more condition. Otherwise you can do that. I mean, if you think that people may forget that, you can write the uppercase function as well. But right now so we're going to use the proper function, and I just found that the proper function is, this is how you write the proper function. You just need to prefix it with the application dot proper, and so just a second, I'm just going to delete everything from here. And by the way, we can do one thing quickly. Why don't we just go ahead and, because this is little looks, it's taking a lot of space, so I just copy this and I just define it here. So you can define here as dim user input, and user input equals to, you can just write here this value, right? So I'm just going to use the user input over here. So I just go and write the variable user input, that's it. And here also you just write the user input. So delete that and just write this user input, right? And similarly now we need to talk about the proper case. So the proper case, if I just show you, the proper should come using the proper. There we go. Do we have any proper function? Let me see that. So I don't think so, it's there. It should be there. That's not possible. Let me press P and P. Oh yeah, there we go, there we go. I got it, guys. So it's basically this function is a member of worksheet function class, right? Yeah, so finally I got you. All right, so I write here or worksheet function, because I think when I write the proper, that the help doesn't come, so I don't think it's gonna work. You don't see the parameters. So when you face such situations, use the class. Now we can use this proper with this worksheet function class, and then in the proper I'm simply going to write user input, and that's it. And then right, and of course I will have to use this again, the star. So I'm going to use or this OML subject. That's what I'm going to put it here as well. Okay, so OML subject like this, join this with the proper. So proper will make it the first alphabet capital, and then it is going to be a comment, it is going to be joined with this, so followed by this star, and once again you write here one more star. So that's how you write the star then. Okay, so let me read this. If I say that OML subject, if it contains user input, which is test in my case, the way it is written in the capital, if the email has test in the capital, it should be captured. Otherwise it is going to be converted into the small letter, which is this. Then also it should capture using these stars. We are making sure that it should actually be used as contain, and then of course this proper, which is going to do this kind of a search for you. So I think in my email then there's another not any other probability. Like you can see, this is the capital one, this is the proper one, right, and this is again the small one. So it's actually coincidence that I have the emails with these the kind of subject lines. I didn't actually did this deliberately to make you understand. It just these are the emails. As you can see, these are the very old emails, but this is a terrific example, right? We are discussing actually a very beautiful case study. So now I go and I will run the code again. Let me go ahead and check that. So what is the first email subject? It's attachment 2. It is not going to capture this, so it will go in the else. What is the next? It's no data, again else. Again the another one NCR. I should be little slow. Data 2, alright, it should go in the else. And now test 4. Yeah, so there we go, guys. Now you know that your user input is this test, right? But I think if we have programmed this correctly, it should go in the this one, and there we go, perfect. Now what is the time for this? You can see here the time is 23rd of January, which is obviously not going to qualify, right? Because in our case the dates which we have given, this F2 and G2, you know, these dates are 24th of May and 13th of actually June. So obviously this is not going to work, right? So let me run this F8. It should go in the else and if. Perfect, the code is working, guys. And now ID's detail, again else. This is also going to be executed in the else part. We are not having a perfect subject line, and the test one again comes, so it should go in the then, yes. And what is the time? It's again January. It's not going to work, yes. Now what is the next thing? It's test, alright, it should go in the then. What is the next time? 19th of February, again it is not going to work. So I think no email is there which we will be able to find in these dates, right? 24th of May and 30th of June. So let's just go ahead and run this and run this. There we go. And this, what is this? Test email. Okay, what is the time? 15th March. No, not at all. So I think we didn't you know, there is no email which transferred. Makes sense, right? But now I will do one thing, because I think the code works. So let me, by the way, delete everything here. Now what you will do is so I'm just going to make this maybe 40 days before, or maybe I think 60 days before, or maybe I would make it, let's say 80 days before, 25th of March. So I want to check if any date that comes here, maybe test email, it's 15th of March. So let's do one thing, guys. Let's just change this to 120 or 130 maybe. Yeah, so now I have a February and I have a June. So definitely we should be able to transfer some emails from this inbox to my important folder, right, based on this test word. So I'm going to run this code again. Let me quickly run this. There we go. The first email is ATMT, so let's go to the else. What is the next email? No data, else, again NCR, again else. Now we have data 2, again else. What is another email? Test 4. Let us check. What is the time now? It's 23rd of January. No, it's not gonna work for me because this is February. Else. Okay, what is the next email? ID's detail, go in the else. Okay, what is it? Hello, go in the else. Okay, what is the next email? Test 1. Let's check the email date. It's no, this is January. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, what is the next email? Test. Okay, now 19th of February. Alright, so now we have 3rd of February. Okay, now this should go to this then part. Let us see now. There we go. You know that your destination folder. Let me move this email now to the destination folder, which is important. There we go. Alright guys, so it worked, right? So let me quickly run this. Now what is another email? It is 19th of February. It should also go. Okay, and now I think so let me quickly press F5. You saw that how the code is working. Now I just go back to the destination folder to confirm if we have done that or not. So this is my destination folder. I'm gonna click here and there we go. You see that the emails are there in front of you. Wonderful, right? So that's how so I think it was a very good exercise because we used two ifs together. Also we used the if or, and what a beautiful way of using the lowercase and the proper case functions, right? So that's it. Now I'm not gonna take much of the time because the video is already very lengthy. So hope you will enjoy this and keep commenting, keep posting your questions on the channel, and don't forget to